Hello and welcome back to our Warrior Priest playthrough, and I've just purchased these Blazing Sun Pauldrons. They were around 30,000 gold, and personally I feel like they're pretty good, but obviously quite clearly they're not that fashionable with my current chest piece. So I'm probably going to have to do something about that. I have read all of the books in my inventory at the moment as well, so I'm going to be selling all of those and gaining back 44,000 and a little bit extra in change, because obviously I do have a couple of trade goods here to sell. And what we're going to try to do, or at least what I'm going to try to do, is level up my steward skill, because my steward skill has been left by the wayside for, I wouldn't say that much time, but I would definitely say it's one of those, you know, it's one of those that I'm not really focused on, and that is gonna change. So I will try to do my best to, you know, hopefully level that up relatively well. This is my current army, by the way. I have 22 recruits. Yeah, gonna have to do something better about that. We do have these guys, which are absolutely amazing. You can see that 200 in every single skill. And yeah, as I said in the previous episode, we're also focusing on ranged units a little bit more now that we have some more cash. And hopefully we're going to be able to participate in a couple of battles here and there. Now, obviously, we are at war against two separate factions. So the best thing that I can do right now, or the best thing that I can think of to do right now is, well, I'm obviously going to be delivering this herd, because I believe this does actually take me a little bit closer to where I want to go. 61 Sumpter horses for this particular quest. That's a pretty significant amount of horses. Anyway, we need to go over here. And along the way, if we spot any wonderful vassals, then of course we are going to take them down, or at the very least we will try to. Hello there, Regimius? I have no idea. Anyway, Archeon's also there, but as is usually the case in these kinds of situations, I'm actually wondering whether I should go straight on in or whether I shouldn't. This is my current focus point distribution, and I'm not sure. Well, see, here's the thing. I actually really want to get Paid in Promise and Giving Hands. I want to get both of these pretty badly, because if I can get both of those, we are going to be leveling our forces so incredibly fast that it's going to be really easy to have, you know, Empire recruits level up from tier 1 all the way to hopefully tier 5, tier 6, and maybe beyond. That would be really quite fantastic. But obviously, as it stands right now, I don't have those things. So that's the reason why I was also saying, hey, yeah, you know what, let's try and level up my my steward skill a little bit here and there. Anyway, hopefully my forces are going to be able to tackle these fellows. Ooh, that was a nice hit and a half. Very nice. And yeah, hopefully my new perk, my Sagittarius perk, is going to make a bit of a difference in the accuracy that I display during these ranged attacks. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to use Pillar of Radiance. This is the first time I've actually used this. Right, that's Pillar of Radiance. That's actually crazy cool. Okay, I like that. I like that a whole bunch. Okay, let's just go for nice little Radiant Gaze right here. And yeah, personally, I really like the pillar. I think that is... I actually might say that is probably the thing I will end up using for the majority of the time now. Because even though our wonderful Radiant Gaze right there, even though that is really strong, and it does a lot of damage to, well, a lot of different units, it doesn't actually end up killing them. Hilariously enough, I just got shot and absolutely instantly killed. But that's absolutely fine. I wasn't actually intending on really... I mean, it doesn't really matter whether I die in this particular fight. But anyway, the point is, we tried out the pillar. I have a better idea of how that works. And basically, from what I can tell, the best way that I can use it is in a situation where the opponent are running towards us, and we can use it in their path. and then they're going to be running right through smack dab in the center of it. And that is hopefully going to, you know, do us relatively good dividends and get us a lot of kills and a lot of experience. Definitely going to be looking forward to that. Anyway, there is another person very nearby. Archeon, come over here, sir. I would like to murder you. Not literally, of course. I would just like to take him out. As you can see, look at that. 4,600 gold every single time you auto-resolve against this guy. Especially if you have a relatively decent army. You're going to be achieving victory, and you're going to be getting a, well, just a very quick amount of cash. Absolutely super quick amount of cash. And let's have a look here. Okay, so we need to speak to Cinnamon Batilda. And hilariously enough, Batilda, Beartild, I don't know. It's probably not a, it's not a reference, right? No, I don't think it's a reference. But yeah, anyway, 461, 60, whoa, look at that, 5,000 gold for 61 Sumter horses. Oh yeah, give me that, thank you very much. We also have Sylvanian recruits, unfortunately, available here. I'm going to sell all my prisoners too. And then we're going to go into the trade screen, because of course, I would like to try and see if I can find some good armor. I believe this is, ooh, wait a minute, we might be able to, okay, well, it's 57,000. I don't really want to spend 57,000, all things considered. What is this? It's holy damage. Yeah, that's the thing that we were just using beforehand. Okay, so I would like to wear something really cool looking, and almost every single thing is cool in this mod. Let's face it. But I really am looking for a chest piece. I mean, look at this. It looks really, really off. You know, because obviously I'm using these shoulders. I would like to get something relatively similar to that. So it seems to me like I will have to search around a little bit for it. But anyway, let's just sell all of this stuff. 9,500, not too bad. And now I think, should I, how much money am I actually making right now? Let me actually just see real quick. Okay, so we're making 3,100. Yeah, I probably do need to do something about that, don't I? Yeah, okay. So, here's the thing. I was actually thinking maybe I should become a vassal in this particular episode. And maybe we will... Oh, wait a minute. They just made peace. Is Nuln available now? No, Nuln is still not available. Ugh, I am forever sad. Oh well, never mind. We can't really do much about that, can we? But, anyway. Point is, as soon as we make peace with Nuln, I will probably decide to become a vassal at that point, and then we'll see what we can do about completing the Master Engineer's quest. I don't even know what it entails or anything like that, but it is going to provide us with access to all of the different guns, and we're going to have cannons available to us as well. We're going to need specific units that actually do allow us to use the cannons, as far as I'm aware. I'm not entirely sure where you can get those guys, but hopefully it's going to be relatively simple, because you know, that would be helpful to me. But yeah, we're just going to continue running around here, doing a little bit of auto-resolving, and maybe can we force them to actually declare peace with us? Actually, what actually even happened here? Are we giving them money? No, they are giving us money. That's hilarious. Okay, yeah, they are giving us so much money. Seems like the AI was very clever about this. Yeah, very, very clever in actual fact. And I'm talking about Mr. Balthazar. He seems to have done a fantastic job of negotiating this peace and providing his faction with an extreme amount of tribute, which is super nice, to be honest. Okay, well, I would like to be able to take Nuln. Obviously, me taking Nuln is almost impossible, I think, at the moment. By myself, at least. Definitely going to have to work with someone to be able to do that. And I'm thinking, should I try to level up my leadership skill? My leadership skill may not even be really necessary. But I don't know, because at the moment my morale is actually alright, you know, and mostly, you know, you want to level up your leadership to maximize your morale gain and to, you know, generate morale passively rather than having to go into battles all the time. And I suppose, yes, indeed, I am having some slight issues with morale when we don't have any battles going on. But thankfully, I don't think we really need to worry too much about it. I am getting absolutely murdered by all kinds of things, so I would very much appreciate if they would not kill me just yet. Shooting the ground. I don't know what the ground did to me, but yep, there we go. And let me see what I can do here. Okay, so Pillar of Radiance. This is obviously something I would love to get working appropriately, but it very much depends on a number of factors. It depends on whether I can actually survive for more than 2 seconds. Yes, indeed. Okay, here we go. Ugh. Yeah. I know. Well, I mean, that wasn't that bad. Killed all the skeletons, I guess. But, yeah, that pillar was possibly one of the worst spell placements that I have ever done. And that is saying something. I mean, actually, wait a minute. I seem to recall, you know, upon me mentioning that wonderful, wonderful thing, is that in the Necromancer series, I actually had a moment where I used a Wind of Death and it hit no one. So, I guess I did hit someone with my pillar. I think I hit one person or something like that. I don't know. Yeah, so that kind of thing happens. And I guess we just have to roll with it, you know. Just have to roll with it a little bit. Nice hit. Ooh, hello there. He managed to survive. Pretty impressive. Yep. That is indeed a Preceptor Knight of the Inner Circle. It's exactly what you'd expect from those kinds of units. They are literally just going to survive no matter what. Alright, there we go. That is indeed a victory for us, and we can now move on. Alright, so, you know what? I think I might have enough money as it is, so maybe what we'll do is we'll just become a vassal now. What do you think? I think that might be the way to go. Because even though I am a little bit, I wouldn't say dubious about it, maybe a little bit hesitant, you know, a little bit hesitant about it. Because generally, I feel like I would be able to take this castle, for example. I think I'd be able to take this castle relatively easily. There's only 155 people in there. If there's an army that appears out of nowhere, then I could probably maybe fight them off, which would be kind of fun. We do have a couple of vassals here as well. Let me see if I can attack this guy. There we go. Hello there, sir. And do I have any magic? Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to auto-resolve against him. Just take him prisoner real fast and then move on. I'm actually just going to swap them around like so. Let's take all of these because we're going to be selling them in just a second. There we go. Just want to make sure that we don't have a situation where I am losing prisoners that I really want to keep, because sometimes, you know, those guys really sell for a pretty significant amount. Did we just make peace, or was that a culture change? I think that might have been a culture change, so I'm pretty happy with that. If it is indeed a peace agreement, then I'm going to be somewhat, well, saddened by that, I suppose, but it's not really that big a deal, I guess. Anyway, Blazing Sun Pauldrons once again, as you can see. Can I find the matching chest piece? I don't think so. Doesn't seem like it right here. Ah, that's kind of sad. That is kind of sad. I guess I am going to have to go into Empire territory, all things considered. But yeah, I guess what I'm going to do is I'm going to send a messenger to Mr. Balthazar himself. And he's 25. I find that funny. I mean, is that lore accurate, actually? Because I feel like, you know, he's relatively young to, you know, to be the leader of this faction. How does he have such cool armor? I want this armor. Oh well, maybe. I mean, he's a wizard, isn't he? He's like a mage of some kind. So yeah, it doesn't really surprise me, I guess. Anyway, I wish to be more than a mercenary. Is there a way I could pledge myself as a vassal? Oh, wait a minute. This is the leader. Okay, so why do I always get mixed up? I always get mixed up. Okay. So Marius is the leader. I don't know why I get mixed up, and I always think that Balthazar is the leader. That's the reason why he's 25. Because he's not the leader. Yeah, I get it. Okay. Good to know. Yes, how wonderful. Okay, well, at the very least, we can now speak to Mr. Circus Hat. And we can now say, hello there, sir. I would like to be more than a mercenary. I am ready. Let's do this. All right, fantastic. He's also going to give me reward troops, which is actually pretty cool. So, oh my. Yeah, I guess I'm going to have to actually create some parties here. I will have to create some parties, and now that I'm a vassal, I will be able to create an army as well. So I think that this actually works out really nicely for us. So why not? Let's just go straight up for it. No reward items. I'm a little bit saddened by that. It would have been cool. Would have been cool to maybe get the matching chest piece. Yes, no, they're never going to give me the matching chest piece. I'm going to have to search for that high and low, no doubt. Anyway, let me see what I can do about creating these parties. I mean, I can always call for these guys to join me as well, so that's also a thing, potentially. And let's just do this. There we go. And how many people can I actually transfer? Unfortunately, not many. That's a bit of an issue, isn't it? Yeah, we have some Demigryph Knights now as well, by the way. So for those of you that were badly wanting to see Demigryph Knights, well, there you go. We actually have a couple now, so that's pretty cool. And, oh yeah, I actually have to change this around as well. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of people that now... yes, there's a bunch of people that I don't have before, so now I'm going to have to change their tags around and everything, which is not too bad, I suppose, but still. There we go. Yes, yep, there we go. These are all mounted, so it's pretty interesting. Okay, so you know what I'm actually going to do? I'm actually going to swap the recruits around, and I'm just going to take the tier 4s back. And a couple of these guys. There we go. I mean, they're going to be, you know, joining my army in just a second anyway, so it doesn't really make that much difference, but still. All right, so let's do this. There we go. I have not enough... I don't have enough people. I don't have enough companions. Yeah. I don't have enough companions to make this work. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to have to create more parties then. Gabriel, get going. Gabriel, thank you very much. Okay, so he's gonna obviously just do this. Wow, we need to give even more than I anticipated. Okay. I really don't want to give these things. Look at this. Wait a minute. Empire Scouts. Let's do this. I'm giving way too many cavalry in my opinion. Way too many cavalry. So let's just do this instead. There we go. And these guys. There we are. Okay, so we have 8 people to lose. I really wish I had a better party size, to be honest. Alright. Let's do something like that. And then we're just going to call for an army and just, I guess, just get kind of lucky, I suppose. I don't really know. But let me see. Can I call for my other people either? No, I can't. Okay, well, that's fine. Alright, we'll just deal with that, and if I end up losing a couple of people, then so be it, I suppose. But we now have 313 in our army. It is actually an army now, which is pretty cool. And let's actually just take a quick look here. We're going to take sledges, I guess. And I would like... I would have liked to have gone to Averheim, actually. This castle is now under siege as well, which is very frustrating to me because I would have liked to have taken that myself, but okay. Hello there. All right, so we have some people that want to murder us. That is to be expected. Hello there, sir. What do you have? Do you have anything amazing? It doesn't seem like it. I would like to... I wouldn't actually like to fight all of these, if at all possible. Do you think I can actually... Wait a minute. Am I actually going to get murdered by these guys? No. Okay. I am not going to get murdered by these guys. I could potentially tackle... Ah, hello. Oh, you split off. You have made a... You have chosen poorly. Indeed. They have, yes, this guy has absolutely chosen poorly. I am very, very pleased that it is not just me that does those things. But yeah, anyway, Here we go. Let's see what we can do here. All right, so we actually have some horse archers now, hilariously enough. And technically what we can do is we can put these guys over there. I mean, they're not really going to do much, I suppose. Let's put them into an auto-delegate. We'll put everyone into an auto-delegate, and I will just try to maximize my spell casts. That is pretty much the only thing I really want to do here. So let's try for a really good pillar, shall we? Really, really good pillar. Okay, we got enemy demigryphs as well. Ow. Okay. Well, I don't even know, I don't even know what to say to that, to be honest. I really don't know what to say to that. That is one of those times where I think to myself, that is very, very irritating, but what can I do? It's just a game, right? It's just a game. Oh no, I'm dying inside. Okay, well, yeah, I so badly wanted to get a spell cast that all these mounted units with their extremely proficient polearms, they just absolutely murdered me in every single way. So yeah, there you go. Okay. What an absolute classic this is. Absolute classic. That happens to me way too often in my opinion, but yeah, okay. Can't really do much about it, can I? Oh well. Never mind. Let's reset and then we'll try again. So let me have a look and see if I can find another vassal that I might actually be able to get some decent experience against. Aha! Hello, Molly. You might be someone that I can do battle against. Maybe I won't die this time. Maybe it's an issue. Wow, they have a lot of people. Okay. I'm not sure how I'm supposed to do this. I guess we'll just have to try our best. Let me see here. Combat tips is what we will take from the leadership tree. And let's do this. Okay, this is 435. Is it 435? Something like that. Versus 300 or so. Yeah. Okay, so the enemy is going to go over there. Let's just do auto-delegate once again. I'm going to be really careful this time, okay? Going to be really, really careful. I really do not like getting taken out. Generally, I don't really care most of the time, but when I'm trying to use a spell and I die before I even have a chance to use one, it is a bit frustrating. Let's just say that. Okay, here we go. Okay. Not as good as I wanted. I actually thought that was pretty good positioning, but apparently not. Alright. Well, I guess I'm just gonna wait then. I'm just gonna bide my time. And I'm actually thinking that we might just want to charge our forces in at this point. Let me see what I can do here. Okay, it may not have seemed like I got a lot done right there, but I did massive damage. It may not have been that I got any kills or anything like that, but I did a lot of damage, which is actually what I was trying to do. And it means that most of the enemies that I hit are going to be one hit away from death. So that's obviously going to be pretty good. And let's tell my forces to charge in. You know, it wouldn't be a battle with me if I didn't kill at least one of my own units, would it? Yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, it seems to me like that is indeed a victory for us. I'm actually super surprised about that, but I can only assume that maybe it was because of my spell? Question mark? I wouldn't like to take, you know, take credit from that, because literally I felt as though my spellcast was actually decent, and maybe that was the reason why we were able to eliminate so many enemies at the very start there, because I actually thought that we were initially losing, because many of the forces on the left bar were actually being eliminated, but then I realized the left bar was actually not me. So that was actually kind of nice for once to have a bit of an advantage to begin with, because some of the time we come into these kind of close run battles, because I mean this particular fight was relatively even in terms of combat strength. And then all of a sudden you find, hey, you know what, you're doing okay, which is actually kind of cool. Anyway, let me see if I can just take all of these guys. There we are. I really feel kind of sad for not being able to take all the other prisoners, but that's just how it has to be, unfortunately. All right, so let me see what's actually going on here. Okay, so we're taking this. Is this us taking this? Yeah, I think it is, right? Or no. No, that is actually Gorgovich, hilariously enough. That is Gorgovich. Okay, so he's going to do that. That's absolutely fine. He can go ahead and do that if he wants to. And we are just going to recruit well, there's not even any real point in me recruiting more units, because we have a full army, surprisingly enough. Ah, that guy managed to escape. That's actually kind of disappointing. It would have been really, really nice to actually keep him around until we were able to sell. But you know how it is. Sometimes they just escape, and you just think to yourself, ah, yeah, there goes 10 billion. Oh yeah, there goes 10 billion. Obviously, that's a joke, but yeah, whatever the case, let's go here, see if we can find a chess piece. I mean, this is actually a really, really good chess piece, obviously, as you can quite clearly tell, but it's not that much better than what I currently have. And it costs 280,000. It's very unlikely that I'm going to be using that. What about the Empire General's boots? They seem pretty nice. They're slightly better than what I was using. What about this helm? These gloves are pretty good. Okay, I'm gonna buy these gloves. There we go. And what else do we have here? Not much in the way of upgrades. So we are just gonna sell what we have. There we go. We're making 14,000 even after changing all of my gear, which is actually real nice. And we could probably sell our saddles as well, but I think my saddles are actually okay at the moment. I don't think that they really need sorting out. At least I don't think so. Maybe they do, but whatever the case, I won't be doing that at the moment. What I would like to do is I would like to take a fief. Because if I can actually take a fief, then I'm going to be able to hopefully garrison it with some pretty decent units. And then I might be able to have a bit of a fallback, if you know what I mean. So if I do end up being defeated for some reason or another, then at least I will have the opportunity to get back on my feet relatively easily. Or at least that's the hope. Anyway. Alright, this is risky, alright? Going close to one of these towns is super risky because there are so many random enemies in and around the area that you could theoretically get into a battle against an army of over 1,000. So, it's happened before. It has happened before, so, might be an idea for me to be a bit more careful here, but I'm very badly wanting to take this town, if at all possible. I think I might be able to take the town if I can get a really good pillar or something like that, a cast of something really good off, then I might be Lucky. Yeah, I think that's the operative word in many of these cases. Luck. Yes, indeed. Yes, I know. The accuracy of the gun weapons takes a little bit of getting used to, because as you can see, it has a lower trajectory than a regular projectile weapon, or at least that is what I have kind of seen. But maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong about that. I'm not entirely sure. But what we're going to do is we're actually going to tell my forces to charge in right now, because I think I should be able to get a wonderful radiant gaze off here. Now look at that. It's going all along the line. Even if I don't get any kills, it doesn't actually matter, because I have done so much damage to the enemy's archers that their morale damage is going to be insanely good. We are going to do so much damage to their morale that they're basically just going to think to themselves, yeah, you know what? I'm out of here. And that is hopefully what they will think. That actually worked pretty nicely, all things considered. I was actually thinking to myself, you know, maybe this is actually going to work quite well, because the AI decided that it would be a good idea, considering their formation was collapsing in the center. What they did was they actually tried to close the gap that was forming thanks to our wonderful pillar placement, if I can actually call it that, and they literally walked right into it. They walked into the damage more and more. And they basically just gave me more kills, which was, I gotta say, I actually quite like that. So that's pretty nice. So, yeah, good on them for giving me a little bit more experience, I suppose. But anyway, that does appear to be a victory for us. And now that we have become a vassal, we are going to be on the lookout for our very first fief. I will be taking these guys prisoner and taking as many of the enemy units prisoner too, and a lot of really nice loot there too, so that's going to be very nice to sell. And yeah, so I would like to take this. You can see there's only 500 units here. I really think that I would be able to take it, but there are so many vassals in and around the area, it's going to be really difficult to take it and not get absolutely clobbered by many of them at the same time, because I mean, obviously if you're going to start some kind of offensive action against a fief, in terms of a siege of course, then the enemy is going to be very, you know, they're going to be very prickly, they're going to go very, very aggressive at that point, and we need to be a bit more aware of that. So yeah, it's going to be something that I might have to think about, and we might have to go for something a little bit further away from the front lines, even though that's not something that I generally like to do. Also, the vampire counts are doing a fantastic job of capturing stuff. I don't know whether you've noticed that, but they've taken this town over here, and they've also just taken this one right next to Non. So this one is also going to be, yeah, this is going to be pretty tricky. But maybe if we declare war against the vampire counts, which I'm going to assume is going to be happening relatively shortly. You can see here, I don't think we have a non-aggression treaty, do we? Non-aggression pact, it can't be 88 days, right? Yeah, wait a minute. No, it's 29 days. 29 days. I was actually looking at the wrong side there, but yes, it is 29 days. So one more month in game, and then war is going to break out again against the vampire counts, and then at that moment we will pounce upon all of their newly conquered towns, and we might be able to take them ourselves. Who knows? Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.